Welcome, my friends. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. We are live. It is the 6th day of June, 2010, and we're going to be live here for the next 2 hours with the abbreviated Sunday broadcast. Of course, so we come back weekdays, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central. That's 12 noon to 4 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank everybody for joining us. 3 or 4 days ago, huge guest that my producers snagged. Now it's all over ABC News, Wall Street Journal, New York Times. They're struggling to spin it, but they're not having a lot of success. And we've got Deborah Cohen, features editor of the British Medical Journal, one of the most, if not the most prestigious medical journal in the world. She'll be joining us coming up in the next hour. World Health Organization and the pandemic flu. And it deals with the fact that they're just confirming what Wolfgang Wodarg of the EU Commission broke here 6 months ago, that the big vaccine makers paid off government officials in Europe, England, and the U.S. to come out and lie to the public to scare them into taking the deadly vaccine. And this is now the British Medical Journal and hundreds of other mainstream publications caught red-handed. This is important because before you know it, we'll be in another flu season with a biological/chemical attack being run against free humanity. And we already had record low amounts of people take the seasonal and the H1N1 shot, both the seasonal and the special flu for this upstart flu that appeared in the wrong hemisphere, wrong time of year, obviously genetically engineered, designed to scare virologists who looked at it. But they also reported in the major medical journals out of Canada and Europe that people more than doubled their chances of getting the H1N1 if they'd taken the seasonal flu shot. And why is that? Well, it just so happens that they were putting, quote, marker viruses or test attenuated viruses, simulants was the exact term, in the regular seasonal flu shot. I mean, I laugh because it's so sickening. There's no end to the depths of the evil that comes from these people. And we had all the documents, we had all the research, we had all the experts at the time. And a lot of people did listen because record low numbers of people took the regular seasonal. And so you had record low numbers of people with these, quote, novel flu coming down with it. And the media got caught lying about deaths. They would take some 85-year-old heart patient who'd had both legs amputated with diabetes, and they would die, and they would just say it was the H1N1. Or there'd be some child who'd already had chemotherapy and was on the verge of death. I mean, I saw hundreds of these cases who they would then say died of the H1N1. And sometimes they were positive for the H1N1, but were compromised. But more often than not, you'd see a month later, oh, that was a false positive. They didn't die of that. They had the regular flu. The regular flu does kill around 35,000 people a year in North America, so it's not something to play games with. But the problem is, in the last 7, 8 years that I've seen, they've never guessed the right different combo of mutations of regular seasonal flu. They'll have 3 or 4 different variants, sometimes more in the shot. They've never guessed it right. So it's never protected anyone. It's just completely fake. Now, could there be good vaccines for, say, smallpox or polio? Could there be good vaccines for spinal meningitis? Could there be? Yes. But you can't trust this elite, 90+% of the vaccines now being made in China, just because they don't care and are sloppy, A, but B, they're a bunch of eugenicists who are always talking about population reduction, and they've been caught over and over again tainting and spiking the vaccine. So I already went off the deep end on that rant. In about 55 minutes, she'll be joining us. We're going to come back and get into all of the incredible news today, my friends. This is a very important broadcast. Please call your friends and family. Tell them to tune in right now on the local AM and FM dial or Infowars.com. We're also live at PrisonPlanet.tv.